record on my computer. There is actually volleyball tonight, Don, but tonight is my bye week. So in our league, you get 1 week to sit out. So I switched with Lori, who was so nice to switch with me. And yeah, so tonight's my night to host the call. But I've been listening to them on record. I'm still plugging in, but I play volleyball at night. I'm going to let one more person in, and then we'll go ahead and get going. So I'm really, really excited about tonight's call. It's probably one of my favorite topics. I'm going to try to get some light in here. It's a little dark. Hi, Jen. Hi, everybody. Okay, so we are officially on record mode. Okay, so tonight's topic is all about making the list. And I have my phone here, so I'm going to do my best to stay on schedule. Making a list. So making a list is probably one of the most important things that you can do for your business. Making a list is everything, really. I heard someone say, and I don't remember who said it, but they said that if you were building on Facebook, I think it was Todd Falcone during an A-Team training who said, if you are building on Facebook, essentially you are building in borrowed land, right? Because Facebook doesn't belong to you. And so Ed and I had a scare. It was like earlier in the year in the spring where Facebook was totally shut down. I don't know. I couldn't get access to my Facebook. I couldn't get in. I couldn't log in. I couldn't post. And I was like calling Ed, freaking out. And he's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, holy shit. Well, I think I'm going to go on Instagram. You know, so here's the thing. When you are a professional network marketer, right? Facebook doesn't own you. Our job is to talk to people about Isagenix, right? And you've got, when you are 100% and you are totally bulletproof about what you're doing, about the company, about the products, about everything that we are so vested in, it's not about Facebook. It's about talking to people, right? And so when Facebook was shut down, I mean, I panicked, but I'm really thrilled that my response was just like, okay, screw it. I'll move over to Instagram. What are you going to do if your Facebook is shut down and you've completely lost 3,000 names? You're going to stop? Are you going to stop building Isagenix? You know, think about it. So no, right? Absolutely not. Well, now Penny's holding all your stuff. But for me, when I started this business 7.5 years ago, I did not know very many people. I lost a lot of friends in the divorce because sometimes that happens, right? People, you know, go their different ways. And so I started Facebook with approximately 200 people. I didn't have a lot of names, but I made sure that everyone that I knew was going down on this piece of paper. And so my coach, Christine Orsino, said to me, if you don't have a list, you don't have a business. She's like, I'll get you on a 3-way with my upline, Alexis Romano, you know, but you really like, she's serious. She's like, so if you're going to get on a call with her, you know, you got to do what she says. So I was like, okay, like whatever. And I got on the phone with Alexis, and she's very like, no BS. She goes, make a list of 100 names and I'll call you back in 24 hours. And that was it. And so at that point, I realized the importance of making a list. It was about compiling the names that I had, right? The names that I had anywhere and everywhere. But if I wanted to speak to this person who was somebody in our company, in our business, I needed to get these names down. And so how fortunate I was to have a resource like Isagenix Memory Jogger, right? Because at that time, folks, I didn't know that many people. And I didn't want to just give Alexis random names. I really genuinely wanted to put in the work that this woman was asking me for. And so I just Googled Memory Jogger Isagenix. And it was such a helpful form, because here I was so closed-minded, thinking about, oh my God, I don't know 100 people. I can't think of anyone. But here's the thing. It's not who you know. It's who they know and who they know and who they know and who they know, right? And you don't really realize it. You don't really think about it. But there's so many people that you know and see and encounter every single day, right? And so for me, if I don't put it down, for example, like in my Fitness Pal, in my IsoLife app, I don't remember what the hell I ate a week ago, right? So it's totally the same thing, that if you do not put those names down on a piece of paper, you're not going to remember the super cool dude from Home Depot or the really amazing lady that did your nails a month ago, right? You don't. And so as you're building this business, this active list has to become something that you're consistent with and you're diligent with and you're really creatively working on. Because again, if Facebook goes out of business, you still have your list. If Instagram closes tomorrow, I don't know if that's the right terminology. I don't know if Instagram closes like a business, but if Instagram goes away, you still have your list. And so what is your list? Your list is every single person who I have encountered in my 38 years of life since starting Isagenix. How old are you? Give me, Ed is 45. Ed is the same age as me. Ed, 45 years of life, right? And if you are between the ages of 30, 40, 50, guys, you know or have encountered minimum 2,000 people in your life. So when I sat down and I started working on this list, it said, okay, who are the people whose name starts with A? Who are the people that you know that are teachers? Who are the people that live in the states from Arkansas to Nebraska? You know, like you really, and when you sit down and you think about it, you really get into a groove. And it didn't mean for me that I was going to approach them at that very moment. It didn't mean that I was going to speak to them that very day. If I met an amazing woman who did my hair, her name goes on the list, right? Her name goes on the list. Doesn't mean I'm going to call her tomorrow for Isagenix, but she will forever be on my list. And when the timing is right for me, and when the timing is right for her, I will absolutely have a way to remember her and reach out to her and really just have that conversation. And so tonight, what I really want to do with you guys is just start compiling a list, maybe a new list, maybe add to the list that we have. So again, when I started, I mean, I very loosely gave Alexis 100 names. That was almost 8 years ago. Now my list is over 7,000 people. 7,000 people by diligently focusing on expanding my list, right? So every day I'm not walking around like, who am I going to enroll? I mean, wouldn't that be sweet if we could just, it's not, it's just, who can I put on my list today? Who can I meet? Who can I friend? Who can I make a conversation with? So the list is really important. And I think you guys see why. Yes? Right? Because nobody runs our business but us. When is a good time to start a list? Right now. I mean, if you don't have one right now, you can start with the names in your cell phone. I'm sure all of us have at least 100 to 500 names in our cell phone. Every single one of those names should go from the phone to the list. Facebook, from the computer to the list. Instagram, from the computer to the list. People that we meet every day. Kathy Coover taught me that if you give someone your business, if you're spending minimum $300 a year with your hairdresser, your accountant, your tailor, your seamstress, your hairdresser, they for sure you should be asking them for their business as well. You know what I mean? It's a relationship that you want to reciprocate. Anyone that I spend more than $300 a year with 100% knows what I do, and I'm for sure either am going to or have already asked them for their business, right? It's just it's common ground, right? You want to do business with me, I want to do business with you. Those people should absolutely be on your list. So where do I house my list? Initially, it was in a notebook. And then eventually, when I had way too many notebooks and things were getting kind of out of control, I started an Excel spreadsheet. And so I just alphabetize them. You can do it by first name. I alphabetize mine by first name. And I found that to be very helpful as well. But then I took it a step further. And so all the names that I had in Excel, I kind of started going through them. So during a power hour, how many of you guys feel a little bit like, what do I do now? Am I going to do the birthday wishes again? Do you guys sometimes feel like if you have an hour free, you're not quite sure what to do with your time? Sometimes? Yeah, this is really, really important because when you have that list, like when I have 1 hour in the day to work my business, I don't want to spend it doing other things. I want to get to the nitty gritty and I want to have those isogenics conversations. So for example, I'll start going down my Excel list, right? So Alexandra Smith, I'll look at her name and I have not, she's not enrolled yet. So my not enrolled are green, right? It means go. I color that entire column green because for me, green means go. Get on the money, have that conversation. So I would message Alexandra and I would say, hey girl, I don't remember how we met, or we met at Salon de Noir, you know, or we had an amazing encounter in Walmart. Would you be open to watching a video or having a quick 5-minute conversation about what I do? I think you would be amazing at this, okay? As soon as she gives me her yes or no, it doesn't matter to me, right? We don't care what their response is. We just need to make sure we're doing our job and presenting the information. Whatever her response is, I'm gonna move her over one column and make it yellow, right? And yellow is kind of like, for me, it's a follow-up, or it can be proceed with caution. Right? So I would take Alexandra's name from my green column of leads and I would move her one column over to yellow. Okay. And yellow simply means following up. And I heard very, very good advice from Lisa DeMeo. And she said, it's like a tennis match. You know, you swerve, you hit the ball over here, they hit it back with a, no, not right now. You hit the ball again over the net and you say, how's your program going? No, I'm still trying that keto thing. You know, guys, it takes minimum 5, average 10 follow-ups. 10 follow-ups before someone says yes. So in that yellow column, those are the people that I'm working on. Those are my follow-ups. Hey, Alex, just wanted to check in with you, see how you're doing, girl. How's mom life? You know, let me know if you're ready to chat. I know the timing wasn't right for you. And then every time I follow up with someone, I always want to bring it to that next serve. Right? So if she's like, nope, now I'm not ready, still not ready, still no money excuse, right? Okay, would it be okay if I messaged you in a month from now just to check in on you? When she does that, I put another line next to her name and I say, great, my 4th follow-up. And then I plug it into Penny, right? And I say, follow up with Alexandra in 30 days. So you have a reminder there and you have a reminder there. Once they are enrolled, I color code them red. So anyone who's enrolled, so for example, if Alexandra enrolls, I pull her from the yellow follow-up column to the red column, right? And that's a whole different column of people that we're working with to try to, have number one, help them have a great product experience. And then number two, teach them to do what we do, right? The best trained teams in our business are the ones that are most successful. It is not enough that you know what you're doing. You have to teach other people how to do it too. You can't just say plug into a call, right? You have to ensure that people have a vision, that they have the tools, that they have a system that they are following, right? Really, really important, guys. So for me, keeping that list is pivotal. Now, my favorite, and I would say, it doesn't matter where you jot it down or where you keep your list. For me, the most important is lead creation. Lead creation. And it's something that I love. And it's something that I used to suck at, but not so much anymore because I took the time to develop it. And I think wherever you feel weak in your business, for example, if you stink at creating consultants, focus on that. Focus on that. Listen to every podcast on how to create consultants. Talk with every leader. I mean, we see the global reports. Message leaders. What are you doing to create so many consultants? Can you give me a tip? Can you give me some help? If you commit to one area of your business and just being totally open and totally coachable, you will 100% get good at it. And so for me, my area of focus for many years was lead creation. Lead creation. I wanted leads. I wanted to enroll people. I got high as a kite when I was enrolling someone. It brought me joy. It made me happy. That was it. It's still my thing. When we get an enrollment, how excited are we? Right? It lights my business up. Put people in the tree. Ed said it last night on his call. And if you guys didn't listen to his call, my gosh, listen to his call. This is a father who built this business wanting to make an extra $200 a month, and in 4 years became an Isagenix millionaire. I mean, he did this with a baby on his lap. I watched the whole thing unfold. So if you didn't listen to his call last night, please do that. But if you commit to one area of growth, it will absolutely happen to you. So I always share with you guys my volleyball journey. My daughter and I wanted to join a volleyball club. I wanted to help her with some of her social anxiety, make some friends. I thought if she could join the high school volleyball team, she would have an easier time acclimating. And instead, we were told that we weren't good enough to play, right? So, as a mom, I kind of freaked out and I was like, we don't need them. We're going to start our own volleyball club. And that's exactly what we did. We started our own volleyball club of people who were excited and passionate and open. You didn't have to know what you were doing. You just had to have a great attitude. And this month, we're going to hit 1,000 members in my volleyball club. And we celebrate people when they suck. We celebrate people when they do great. I mean, it's just, you have to have a little bit of that thick skin in this business. And if you don't, you will absolutely grow one. The people that are most successful are not the ones that have all the answers. The people that are most successful, Kathy Coover always uses the term burning desire. You have to have a burning desire to want to change your life, to want to change your circumstances, to want to build something different. And when you have that burning desire, you are going to do everything and anything to make this work. So I wake up and I think about volleyball and Isagenix, and I go to sleep and I think about volleyball and Isagenix, and I think, what can I do to get better? What can I do to grow? Right? So I've become obsessed in my daily practice with certain things. with certain things. And for me, those certain things really are generating leads, making friends. You know, my volleyball club, oh my God, almost 900 new friends who see my Facebook, who I can prospect the hell out of. You know, no matter what I do in life, I could decide to become I don't know, a theology professor at Rutgers College. No matter what I do in my life, and we've all got a lot of life left, I'm going to interweave isogenics with it, right? Because isogenics is a part of my life. So anyone who comes to my volleyball night in a first timer, they're getting free birthday cake shakes. They're getting friended on Facebook. People are getting protein bars on Saturdays, right? You get your free enrollers coupon, you get some free stuff, you give it away, you give out samples. But becoming a master lead creator, you can do that in everyday life. You know, all you have to do is just stop for a moment and care about someone. Every day in this world, people are walking by each other. Everybody's in their own head, in their own life, in their own drama. Very few people stop to maybe pay a compliment, to notice you, to say something positive. People in our company do things like that. I received a beautiful voice message from Mark Sanfilippo. And it was like on a Sunday. So, you know, like my thinking is like, oh Lord, what does he need? It's, you know, it's Sunday. And he left me the most beautiful, heartfelt message. You know, it was just like, hi, Angela, I just wanted to stop by and tell you that my wife and I are so grateful for you. We're so inspired by you. Keep doing what you're doing. And we just want to say thank you. And, you know, my kids heard it. And I sat in the car and I cried, right? Where else do people just send love? Where else do people say, you know what, Joanne, I've been noticing how hard you've been working in the accounting department, and I just wanted to bring you a cup of coffee today, right? I just wanted to say, I see you, you're working hard, and I appreciate you. And that's it. Leave it at that. Put Joanne's name on your list. Does it mean that you have to speak to Joanne now? Do you have to prospect her now? Do you have to speak? No, but this is someone who will remember your kindness. This is someone who will remember your generosity. And this is someone who will follow you, right? People like to follow positive people. People didn't come to my volleyball club because I was a great volleyball player. Good Lord, am I not a good player? But people come there because every single person I notice when they get a new pair of shoes. Oh, Ray, you got a new haircut. You're looking good. Hey, Achilles, did you bring your boy to school? How's he doing in Florida? I know every single thing about every single one of those 900 people in my group. And they keep coming back. And I notice that people keep coming back because of how we make them feel. So whether they're enrolled in your business now, in order to expand your list, I want you guys to start enrolling people in your life. That's the important thing, you know, be that go-giver. Be the one that's constantly doing nice things for other people, just for the hell of it, with zero expectations in return. And before you know it, like in my volleyball club, people are referring people. People keep coming back. People are so grateful. I had an amazing Indian boy whose entire family is still in India, and he's here basically like to earn money and get his degree and stuff. And he said to me that this is the closest thing that he's found to family since leaving India. Do you know how good that makes me feel? Like when we do nice stuff for people, we get the joy. We get the stuff in return. You know what I mean? So, you know, listen, Saki's not enrolled yet, but one day he will be. But it's like building credibility with people, showing them your true colors. You know, if you're just in it to prospect someone, they're going to put you on their shit list and they're going to be like, oh, you know, like I had this guy friend request me and I said, hey, I'm at a friend request. I'm like, I generally accept people who I know or who I have a relationship with. And there he goes, giving me his pitch. I would love to show this for you. Here, hi, Ange. I was 5,000 a short time ago until my digital marketing group introduced me to some amazing resources and helped me filter out those who don't engage. Have you considered this feature? I said, Arthur, I'm doing pretty well in my company and I'm pretty happy, but let's follow each other and support each other instead. He said, that's amazing. So you're familiar with digital and social media marketing? Like, this guy's not even listening to me. You guys get that feeling? You know, if he would have said, I see your profile picture and you look like an amazing mom to your kids and I would love to follow you and support you, do you think I would have friended him? Hello, you know? Yeah. But all this guy is doing is like, what is it that you do? I love developing potential relationships with other he's trying to prospect me. I am unprospectable. You know, like, so really, guys, keep adding to your list. The list is so important, but building that foundation with these relationships equally as important. And every day you just put a little in the bucket of trust, put a little in the bucket of love, keep pouring into people. And I promise you, they will all come around. I feel today I got a referral from a girl who's with another company. She's with Modere selling weight loss products and she referred her friend to me. You know what I'm, be a consistent source, be a consistent light of love, and people will come to you. But every single person I meet, I greet, I know, they all go on my list. So my close tonight is just become a friend making machine. Just become a name collector. You know, pretend you have a Rolodex and just start filling that Rolodex with names, with people, with contacts. You never know when you can help someone or when they can help you. You know, I'd like to think that I have friends in every state, and I'd like to think that if I'm good to them, one day when I need them, they'll be good to me. I always say to my friend, I said, if God forbid something happened to my husband and I needed some help, I got a lot of good guys I can count on to help me move a piano, put together a cabinet. You know, it's just having people in your corners. It's very, very important. So in close, be a friend collector and write them all down. So do you guys have any questions for me? I ended at 9:59. Yeah, right on time, right on time. Took me about 5 months to realize it's who everyone else knows. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And when you start jotting those names down, you know, like I was like, I don't know anyone. And then I put my brother's girlfriend, and then I was like, wait a minute. She has ulcerative colitis. She's into all sorts of health stuff. I called her up and asked her if she would be willing to give me some names, right? So it is about expanding that list through your network of people. So does everyone here have a physical, tangible list, either on paper or on Excel? Yes, yes, awesome, yes, awesome. Okay, so when we sit down for power hour, are we all confident on what our job is? To move people from green to yellow to red, right? Just don't be that serious about it. Don't be weird. Just I play a little game every day and I'm like, okay, how many people am I gonna move from one column to the next? And I just stop taking yourself so seriously. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be that way. You know, you can be a network marketer and enjoy and laugh and still have fun. And guess what? You're allowed to have non-isogenics friends. It's okay. You're allowed to have non-isogenics hobbies. It's okay. Like for 7 years, all my friends were isogenics friends, or they were friends that would get recruited into isogenics. I'm like, I need some non-iso friends too. And it's okay. It's okay to live your life while beautifully incorporating your love of network marketing and isogenics together. So I hope you guys found value in this call. You can unmute yourselves if you have any questions or comments or feedback. I will stop the recording now.